to the world. We want to talk our mind, give everybody, make them know exactly what we go through. Chevron called us LCC. And some of us have been in this place for 13 years, some 15 years, without health care, without payoff. So we are using this gathering. This is not a strike. We repeat, this is not a strike. This is the day 4. This is the 4th day. We have been calling on Chevron management to give us attention so that we can lay our problems on the table and discuss as gentlemen, as enlightened workers, as people that want to work and go back home to their families safely. We have been here. Chevron has oriented us a lot that we must work safe and go back home. That is the biggest achievement we can get. And indeed, it is, because we love our family. However, because of the love we have for our families, we cannot come here like my very self. I've been here for 13 years and I'll go back home every month with 74,000 naira to take care of 3 kids and my wife. It is not possible. If not for God that made big people around me, how do I survive with 74,000 naira? We cannot be working and be begging from our colleagues. So we are coming out openly to say that we are workers, we are not beggars. We are workers, we are not beggars. The only reason we are here is because we have value. If we don't have value, Chevron will not keep us here. We have value. So we deserve to be treated like people that have value. So the number 1 priority in our gathering today is that they should harmonize those 5 companies that were left behind. They should pay them what they could take care of their family with. We all should be treated equally. What is good for the goose is good for the... So we demand from Chevron that they should do the needful, just like they have done in the past. They should incorporate those 5 companies and make sure they are being taken care of. And some of the other things we want them to look into. Number 2 is our medical allowance. We are not giving anything as medical. Even machines, they have efficiency. No machine on this world. I studied physics, I'm a physicist. No machine in this world is 100% efficient. How much more human being? We cannot run ourselves 24 hours every day continuously and give you 100% production throughout the month or throughout the year without breaking down or falling sick. So we are asking Chevron to come and make provision. What we are asking is, we that have been exposed to these hazards, we want to be taken care of medically so that we don't die of ailments. On the 24th of December 2022 to be specific, somebody was hopped out. Mr. Samuel was hopped out in bag. He was bagged out. Mr. Clement was bagged out from this yard. He slept and he did not wake up. Till date, we don't know what happened to him. No feedback was given to any one of us. But we witnessed it when he was being bagged and taken out. Till today, there's no death compensation for that man. So it can happen to any one of us. So we are asking that things like this should be looked into. And Mr. Clement is not the first person. It has happened. We can give dates. We can give names. It has happened in the past. But Clement is the closest one that happened just 24th of December here. So we want Chevron management to come and take responsibility of our medical. Our health should be looked into. The only thing they do, they drag us to clinic every year before we can resume work. They call it FFD, fitness for duty. They want to make sure that we are fit before we come here so that nothing happens to us. And at the same time, if they find fault in our body, they don't care about how to take care of the ailments. Instead, they use it against us. We are saying no to such practice. We'll move on to number 3. We want to abolish no work, no pay policy. We want to abolish no work, no pay policy. We are workers, like we rightly mentioned. The no work, no pay states that if you don't come to work for whatever reason, Chevron will not pay you. We want it to stop. They don't treat their other staffs like that. They don't treat other people that are not LCCs like that. There are other people working in this environment. When they are sick, they still pay them so that they can take care of their family at home. But in our own case, the day you miss coming to work, you will not be paid. We have seen cases where somebody was in a vehicle coming from distance to resume work, and he had an accident on the way. They had to return him home with sickness to the family, and there was no compensation. But the intention was to come to work. If such things can happen to any one of us. So we want Chevron to withdraw the no work and no pay policy. End of year bonus. That's our number 5 agenda. Our end of year bonus is supposed to be something to celebrate with at the end of the year. It is being given to other people in this place, people that are working here. But our case is different. December that passed, some of us could not afford to buy chicken for our family, 15,000. We could not afford it. People were going to get chicken wings and legs to take care of their family, and boiling egg to take care of their family during celebration. And we work in this great plant. We built this plant. Let them see the plant. We built this plant a couple of years back. We built this plant and we are still maintaining it to today. At the end of the year, not even a basket of rice is being shared among anybody here. Housing allowance. A lot of us are working for 13 years plus, 15 years, 16 years. None of us has a house of our own. We have been tenants all over the years. We have cases where wives have left their husband. Because as a man, we have cases in my company. The wife has left the husband. Because as a man, you cannot afford to rent house to put a roof over your wife's head. So where does she stay with you? She wants to stay with you, fine. You claim you are working. You enter flights, you come to Chevron. But you cannot rent a house for you and your wife and children to lay their head. Is that work? Oh. The only reason I'm here is because I don't want my family to suffer. I want to take care of my wife and kids. That's the only reason I'm here. Let's move to the next agenda. Transportation allowance. A lot of us, when we started this job, we managed to buy second-hand cars because we gathered ourselves. We had something that we could work and save little to buy cars. But today, if you have a car here, raise up your hand. Raise the camera up. Look at the crowd.
Nobody.
All of us that bought cars back then, we all sold our cars. Some of us sold the cars to pay house rent. Some of us sold to pay school fees. And some of us that are here now, we have moved back to our villages. Some of us, we used to live in Warri. Some of us have moved to Agbaro, Ugeli. Some of us have gone back to Borodo, Ondo State. Then we want to talk about maternity leave and sick leave. We've tried sickness the other time. So let's focus on maternity leave. Look at my sister here. She's a married woman. Please let them see the ring. She has been working here for a lot of years. She has spent 9 years in this place. Each time she have her children, she have a child, she's not being paid. There's no compensation. How will she take care of the newborn baby that was born? You have your child and they want you to come back to work immediately if you must be paid. Is that possible? No. So we are begging Chevron management and the contractors. They call themselves contractors. Me, I call them slave masters. Because they are being used against us. And even the slave masters or contractors, they don't have the best of contracts here. They are from this place. They are indigenous of this place. Who says they can't have the best contract? Even they have been shortchanged. But I don't know why they choose to take those kind of poor contracts. So we are begging Chevron management. We need maternity leave for our women. When they deliver, we need the children to be taken care of, even the mother to be paid, so that at least she can eat and breastfeed the child. We are begging. Thank you. We go to number 10 agenda, life insurance. I always want to make myself an example. I have personally met with authorities in my company and I've begged them not to book me on flights to ESCRAVOS again. Why? Because it is rare to survive plane crash and I don't have life insurance. If anything goes wrong, I'm on my own. And same applies to everyone here. So I want to make it known to Chevron management. They should please give us life insurance. Nobody prays for accidents, but anything can go wrong. Our family needs to be secured. The future of our children needs to be secured. So we are pleading. We're also asking for safety allowance, which is about the same thing. Some people came to this plant years ago to work temporary job. I will not mention the name of the company. And the time they call this plant time bomb. Professionals came and they looked at the plant. They called it time bomb. It's not a time bomb, it's a refinery. But why they called it that name? Because anything can happen. Things can go wrong due to human error. Things can go wrong due to human error. And when things go wrong, people could die. There could be fatality. So for that reason, we are pleading with Chevron management. They should give us safety allowance. We come here, we inhale all sorts of chemicals. Some of these chemicals are odorless. They are tasteless. Even when you are working there, you don't know you are inhaling them. Chemicals like nitrogen. Even the air we breathe, oxygen, if we have excess oxygen in any environment, the probability of fire igniting is very high. Sometimes we work with these gases. Anything can happen. So we are pleading that will be compensated with safety allowances. Still on safety allowance, there are some of our directors, they deduct PPE allowance from our pay. Even the safety shoes we are wearing, they go as far as deducting the cost of the safety shoe from that daily rate that is 74,000 naira. So what are you left with? Of your take home of 74,000, daily rate is 4,500. So by the time they deduct your PPE allowance from it, what are you left with? Even when you are going for medical, the FFD, they deduct it from it. What are you left with, my brothers? We're also pleading for annual salary increment. Please, Chevron should come to our aid. Every one of us here, at least every year, things are getting expensive. How much? What is the cost of fuel now? Just to buy a liter of fuel is 500 naira. So how do we live outside here doing this job? Then we're also asking for child education support. The Chevron people out there, they give their children scholarship. We are not saying you should give our children scholarship. Support us. Even if it's 100,000 or 50,000, whenever we want to pay school fees, add to the school fees for us. Say, take, and we are using it to support your child education. Everybody wants the best for their children. So we are begging Chevron management. They should support our children education. It's not just for our good. Tomorrow, We are indigenous of this place. Those children will still come and work here. It will help them to have quality personnel in time to come. So we are pleading with the management. Then, lastly, we are asking for payoff allowance. Payoff allowance. Every one of us that are present here today, the moment you are not booked into this facility, you have nothing back home to fall to. But there is provision for other workers that are here. The provision is, at the end of your contract, there is a certain amount that should be given to you, so that you can use that to start life. Even pension, some of us don't have. So after here, what is next for us? After here, what is left for us? So with this, we want to say a very big thank you to the Olu of Warri, Atu Ashedi III. We want to also say a very big thank you to the traditional rulers of Baramatu Kingdom. They have been of support to us. We want to say a very big thank you to the traditional rulers of the Ilaja Kingdom. And we also want to say thank you to every other tribe that are present here. The Urhobos, they are our brothers. The Igbos, they are our brothers. The Hausas, they are our brothers. Let's come together and ensure that humanity is better. We need humanity to go to the next level. We need people to be taken care of so that we can do our job safe and go back home to our family safe. Greatest EGTL workers! Greatest EGTL workers! Greatest EGTL workers!